I may have made a little bit of an oopsie. If you didn't see the community post I posted about a week ago, I accidentally ended up with Emilie's weapon. I was just going into my pools to check how many pools I had on this account and ended up kind of fat fingering the wish button because I was looking at my history on here to see if I was going to pull for Emilie's weapon once I got back from my trip. And I accidentally hit the wish button and ended up getting it unbelievably early and winning the 50-50, which is good. That's the best outcome because we were at 19 pity and on a 50-50 and I somehow managed to get Emilie's weapon. But yeah, now we have Emilie's weapon. I didn't record it, which is annoying. But that does mean that there is one more character on the account with their signature weapon. So we're going to go level this up today. And while we're here, we are also going to be doing a couple other stuff to some of the other characters on this account, which there's not much we can do because a lot of the characters are already maxed, but we can do a little bit. First, though, we need to get Emilie's weapon up to level 90. I have been doing some farming for this, so I believe we should be able to get it pretty close. I think these are going to be our only problem, and we need 20 of them, so that's quite a big problem. So let's go quickly farm these guys. I despise farming these guys, but we need to. And then for other stuff we're going to work on, I also need to have a look at talents for Lynette and also for Chevreuse. And also I think there's a couple artifacts I need to fix with Chevreuse. So I'll have a look at them as well. And then because that's not going to be a very long video, I will jump into the Spiral Abyss and give this Abyss a shot because I haven't done anything in the current Abyss. I haven't tried it out. So I figured we'd jump in there and give it a shot. Actually, now that I think about it, with just touching up the characters I'm working on today, that's like all I can really do for the characters I use regularly on this account. Like all of the 8 characters I normally use, my 2 teams, basically all of them have maxed out talents. All of their artifacts are maxed out. They're all on maxed out weapons. And if I have them, they're signature weapons. And they're all, leveled up properly. So there's really nothing else I can do except for wait for new characters to release or signature weapons. Which is pretty cool, but that means that this account should be getting pretty close to 36 star in the Abyss. But it also means there's going to be a lot less videos on this account because I don't have anything to do. And I don't think we're getting any new Fontaine or rerunning Fontaine characters this update. I honestly don't remember. We definitely aren't in the first update, because Enefa is from everywhere, technically. But I think officially Nod Karai, and then Seatlali's from Natlan. I believe second half is also Natlan characters. The main thing I'm waiting for is an Escoffier rerun, because I need Escoffier on this account. But I'm assuming that's probably going to be in a couple months. That'll be a couple updates away. Okie dokes, there is all those enemies farmed. I'm very glad that they are pretty generous with their drops, because there is not that many of them. And oh, that was lucky. The extra 2 bonus from Sucrose gave us exactly enough, and there's not a single one of those left in the world, because I'm pretty sure I farmed all of them. Even the ones that aren't on the in-game tracking thing. I know of a couple other spots, and I think I farmed all of them. So that's very lucky. You have exactly the right amount of them. So, boom, there is Emilie's weapon up to its last ascension and up to level 90. Which brings this lovely girl's everything up to 2,241 attack, a 76.6 to 210.4. I think that is pretty good. She's running the Unfinished Reverie at we don't need a normal attack and 1010 on the talents. So, I don't love how this weapon looks in her compared to her previous weapon, which was this one. Matches her a lot better, but this gives her a lot more crit rate, plus a much, much better passive abilities, extra abilities, I forget what they're called, which now just leaves us with the other 2 characters I need to have a look at, which is Lynette. I need to have a look at your talents really quick. I would like to get your burst up a couple more levels. I'm going to need a lot of these for that though. Well, we can bring it up once, boom, and then we have enough boss drops to go up to 11, so I think that's where I'm going to put it. And to do that, we're going to need to go do some farming. I will also need to do this farming for the other character I want to have a look at, which is Chevreuse. You also need these, and I would like to get your skill leveled up, because apparently it's actually better than your burst, and I've only really focused on your burst. I'm going to try to get your skill up to level 9 as well. I should have the boss shops for it. I just need these. Also, while we're here actually, Chevreuse, I need to do something with your artifacts, because I did get a couple better ones. that I didn't level up. So let's quickly level those up and see how they roll. That is the one stat I didn't want. I looked over everyone's artifacts and Chevreuse was the only character I could make some improvements to. Basically, everyone else had almost perfect artifacts. I think everyone on this account that's supposed to do damage has over 200 crit damage with like a at least 70% crit rate. And not my favorite looking piece, but it is the best we have, so we're going to run with that. And the other piece I wanted to look at was this one. Yes, I know HP is probably better for her healing stuff, but because I'm using her as a bit of a pyro applier and extra damage dealer, I'm getting ER so I can use her burst more regularly. Plus, we don't really need too much healing because Fontaine characters are very good with self-sustain, and that is a not very pretty piece. Yes, please. I don't think that could have rolled much better. So that is significantly better than what we currently have. So we're going to swap you to that. And then we can go off piece for this. Actually, not that one, this one. And get a better one over here. Well, it could have been a little bit better, but I think that's a pretty good piece. So that is much better than our other options. So there we go. Chevreuse is now fixed up. That looks a lot better. 1,000 attack, doesn't really need that. 38,000 HP with a 40 to 106. Not a great crit ratio, but she's not really built entirely for the crit. 179 ER as well. She's mainly here for the Noblesse Oblige and Pyro application. But with that being said, I still also want to farm for her talent so I can get her skill up a little bit higher, so she can at least just try to do a little bit more damage. So if in the future I want to build her to do her proper role, which is Overload, she can actually do that with her skill being leveled up a bit more and having actually good talent levels. Okay, all the Clockwork Mecha have been farmed, so let's quickly start with Lynette and get your burst up to level 11. Then we will head over to Chevreuse and have a look at your skill. Now, we can only craft 8, which I don't believe is going to be enough. We might be able to get 2 levels if we get a bit lucky with Sucrose. So do we get a little bit lucky with Sucrose? We get very lucky with Sucrose. Okay, that means we can get Chevreuse's skill up to level 7 and 8. We can't go level 9 because these are problematic as usual. These are no problem, so we can craft enough of them. So that means that basically out of all the characters I actually want to use on this account and use regularly, my main characters, they're all basically done. There's not much else I can do minus a few little things that I just need to do some more farming for, like some weekly bosses and some enemy drops and stuff, but there's not really too much else I can really do with the main characters. So I guess that means I can start having a look at some of the characters I don't use as much, like, you know, Sigewinne and Clorand, and I guess the Traveler, Fremine. So that means I just work on a couple of the other characters I haven't really used too much, and that's about it then. We've kind of leveled everyone up, which is pretty cool. That means that we just need like a Scoffier and a good Abyss, and we're sorted. Speaking of the Abyss, let's jump into here and have a look at what we can do. I forgot to run it last time, so I will quickly run through floor 9 and 10. That'll be really easy. Floor 11 does give us a pyro damage bonus, which is useful. The cryo, not so much, because Risey's not doing a whole lot. Then floor 12, we get cryo damage bonus by 75% and Night Soul align damage, so that second one is going to be impossible. Enemy-wise, this guy's annoying. This girl needs Pyro, so that's probably good to use Linny there. Pyro is also required here, and I guess Pyro there. So I guess for floor 12, it'll be Nouvelette, Farina, Risley, Charlotte first half, and then Emilie, Linny, Chevreuse, Lynette for the second half. But first, we need to do floor 9, 10, and 11, which should be pretty easy. And we can have a look at what kind of damage our Emilie is doing now. I don't really remember how much damage she was doing before, but I think her burst was doing like 30-something Ks, so if we see more than that, then we're doing more damage. That's sort of just what I'm gonna run off, because I don't really remember what her skill did. But it's doing some hits of like 2k, which I must say is not a whole lot. Oh, there's some 15,000s in there. 13,000, yeah. Once it gets up to that second level, because I'm pretty sure it levels up from doing burning, it's doing some 15Ks. That's not bad. If we just pop this one out now as well, let's have a look at her burst. How much damage is it doing? I'm seeing some 40,000s. Yeah, there's some 40,000s in there. That's more damage. About 10,000 more damage, actually. At least from the damage I remember her burst doing. That's not bad, actually, for just putting her in her signature weapon. An extra, 5 to 10,000's pretty solid. I didn't actually look at what the passive for that weapon does, so I don't know if I need to change anything rotation-wise. I would imagine not. I think it just kind of boosts burning damage. Yeah, attack increased by 50% after you trigger burning. Also increases burning damage and gives you NG. Yeah, that's about what I expected it to do. Okay, into floor 10 now. Let me quickly blast through this and floor 11, and then we get into the interesting bit. Okay, well there is floor 9, 10, and 11 all done very, very easy. So it's time to jump into the dreaded floor 12. Now I will say straight off the bat, I'm not going to be giving this too much of a shot because I'm kind of just doing the Abyss right now just so I can actually make this video a little bit longer, because otherwise it would be very, very short. So I'm not really trying to do too much in here. Also, I really need to do cryo attacks to this guy. So if we don't get 3 stars, that's fine. I'm not really trying to do that. Obviously, it would be nice, but with the current Abyss blessings, I don't imagine it's going to go too well. Also, it's a good thing my Risley's at least somewhat built, because this dude does not take any damage from anything other than cryo. And boop. Not the fastest clear time, but it's decent. Ooh, yeah, I forgot you're in here. We just need to do an absolute boatload of pyro attacks. Okay, Lynette died. 42,000 there from Risley. Damn, that's a bit more than I thought he was doing. Obviously, that gets incredibly overshadowed by Nouvelette just doing 42,000 off every single hit of his charge attack. But we are talking about a C1 R1 Nouvelette, so can't really compare too many other characters to that. Okay, I think it was probably about the same time, maybe a tad slower. Now for this side, when we get to the annoying person, I need to just do as much pyro as possible and stay as far away from her as possible. So we're gonna stay way back over here and just slowly chip away, stop getting close to me at all of your little things. And then when we knock you down, go absolutely crazy. How have we already lost 3 stars? I genuinely do not know how that happened, but I guess it's because this boss sucks. Oh my goodness, my characters are almost dying. Ow, stop it, please. I don't have the HP for this. Bro, we might not even get 2 stars on this. Oh my goodness, did you just see how close Linny was to dying then? 247 HP. If 2 stars is 5 minutes, we're not even getting 2 stars. And there goes my Lynette. Okay. Yeah, we're not even getting, and everyone's dead. You know what? Screw this. We don't need to, yeah. No. I just kind of felt like doing that because I might make some progress, but yeah, bye. Goodbye. I do not like that Abyss. Not even on my main account with all of my Pyro characters am I doing that Abyss. Yeah, okay, I'm not going to do that Abyss today. We're going to wait till there's a better Abyss because that one's terrible. So, in the meantime, can we work on any other character? I know we can level up Siegewine's burst, so we can do that. Why not? There you go. We can get that up to level 6. That's as far as we can go with that. Clorand we can't do anything with because we don't have any boss drops. You have 70 to 158. That's really low crit damage, but I need a crit damage weapon on you. Siegewine's fine. She has her HP weapon, 51,000 HP. I forget where her HP maxes if there's a cap for something. She's also got level 9 for a skill. Risley and all the other guys are already built. Traveler we can't do anything with anyway because, I mean, we probably could, but I'm not going to. And even if I wanted, you're basically done with stuff here. You don't really need anything except for talents. Fremine is the last character we've got. I can level your weapon up, I guess. Do I have any other better options? No, I guess that'll do. Sure, let's level up Fremine's weapon. Well, we can't actually get Fremine's weapon leveled up because he needs these, so never mind. Can we ascend Fremine? No, because he needs these. You don't have any of them either. Your artifact should be fine, though. So I don't know what you want to run, to be honest. And your talents are... yeah, we literally can't do anything. Like, we need boss drops and we need to farm some more enemy materials, but like there's literally nothing we could do on this account. I will farm some more boss drops because I just need a pep drop, a lot of them. So I guess I'll farm some more of a peps drops and go farm the clockwork mecha and the crabs a bit more. But there's literally nothing we could do anymore. This account is just waiting on a better abyss. So I'm pretty sure the only building video you are going to see on this account from now on is if I get a new character, a new weapon, or in the future where I can get enough boss drops to start crowning a lot of talents and like maxing out everyone's talents, which is just going to need a lot more boss drops for that. And even when it comes to crowning, there's not that many stuff I need to crown because I did go through and crown a lot of the stuff. So it's just a couple little loose ends. And yeah, we're about done. So I guess this is where I'm going to leave it off because I'm not going back into that stupid abyss right now. I'm very much done with that cryo enemy. So I hope you guys did enjoy. I know this is a bit of a shorter and all over the shop video, but that's just what these Fontaine Only videos are becoming now. But I hope you guys did enjoy. If you liked this video, go check out the last video where we did a ton of crowning and crowned a lot of the talents on this account. And with that being said, I will see you all next time. Good. Bye.